Hey guys, what's up? It's Rare Coin, or Lucky Coin by my group Iron Man's name. And today I want to talk about a couple things. The first being the new leagues coming out, and the second thing being how they changed drop rates of necks just about a week after it originally came out. So the first topic is leagues, and I want to kind of explain why I'm not really going to be playing leagues and trying to do like really well or play it at all seriously. And I think this is the point because a lot of the point of leagues is like, you compete against other people to get more points and you're trying to get the highest kind of tier you can out of like the general player base. But after playing the last league and kind of seeing like all the effort I had to put in, and I had to request and I had to form new plans on how to skill and things and all of that. And then when it came to the end, I was more disappointed with the end result than I thought I would be. And this is a major factor why I'm not going to play this leagues, or at least if I do try it, I'm not going to play it like 4 to 6 hours a day like I did the other one for a month. And it's just a matter of what becomes of the league at the end. Sure, it's a cool experience and stuff, but I would rather play something that more puts us into like, some new type of game mode. I don't think leagues has to be recycled over and over and over again, just like Deadman mode was, just because it's popular. I think that Jagex should take more of an approach like making all these like one-time game modes that you can access, and they all share a reward pool. Maybe they share the league's reward pool for the points you get at the end, but you can make a bunch of new content that's temporary that people can enjoy, and tell people, hey, this is your chance. There's a possibility we bring it back in the future. Maybe for RuneScape's like 30th year anniversary, they have like 2 week time slots where like they double everything and all the leagues and stuff, and you can go into any league you want, any game mode you want, and everything's like 2 times from the already bonus XP and stuff. So it's even faster progression and drop rates and stuff. And there's some kind of like 30-year anniversary. Look at all the different limited time events you could have done, and here's like a brief period of time to do them. But I don't think copy pasting League is going to give me the kind of enjoyment out of the game that I'm really getting out of like Group Iron Man and doing stuff with my team and preparing to go to bosses that I've done before, but this time I'm going to try and specifically get drops. And I'm trying to build a heavy ballista from demonic gorillas and trying to get my agility up so I can do efficient Zulra. And there's just so much going on in the game right now that I don't want to take the time off to go play a temporary game mode that I know ultimately at the end of it I'm going to be fairly disappointed that stuff goes away and there's only like very small amounts of like niche things that you can actually show off, and it's just not for me as a player of the game to want to invest a bunch of time into a game mode that's ultimately going to disappoint me at the very end. And so that's the reason why I'm not going to really go hard. I'll probably be one of those people who gets like the steel or like mithril tier just because they happen to play just enough to beat out all the people who played the first day and then quit. And so we'll see how it goes, but there's just so much going on that I'd rather stick to the other accounts I have and the progress I'm making toward those than making progress toward a temporary game mode that doesn't really encourage you to play with your friends and stuff. And the second thing I wanted to touch was going over the next drop rate change. Now, the next drop rate changes, I think this was one of the weirdest things that Jagex did, and basically what they did was they said, hey, 60-man masses are too fast pumping these items into the game, so instead of 1 out of 43, we're going to change all the drops to like 1 out of 53 on average or so. Like they're not thinking ahead about the game, they're only thinking short term. And the downside of this is they've never done something like this before and said, hey, we changed the drop rate immediately because there's just too many coming into the game. Because what's going to happen now is everyone's going to go to leagues. There's going to be nobody other than like maybe like 10 or 15 teams that, you know, are pretty high tier players of like 6 to 8 people are going to be killing next. And you're going to get like one item a day coming into the game now that, you know, you have a new game mode and less people are doing that content. Whereas, you know, with a higher drop rate, you know, potentially 2 or 3 items would have been coming into the game a day during the whole league's hiatus of a lot of players. And so what I'm hoping they don't do now is say, oh, we screwed up, we're changing the drop rates back, because isn't the purpose of the grand exchange tax to be able to say, hey, too many of these items came into the game, so we're going to purchase some out of the game? And, you know, that's part of the reason why you have the grand exchange tax, is so, you know, you don't have to change drop rates and stuff. You can change the tax rate of how many get bought up per day at what frequency and stuff. And so you're not taking away from the players, but by changing the drop rates, you really take more away from the players than you may realize. And that's something that I'm a little disappointed in the game right now about, but it is something to think about. Let me know what you guys think about them changing the drop rates. Do you think it's like something that they're going to start doing more often, saying, oh yeah, we're going to make drop rates for people who do things like in masses and stuff on release like super high, and then lower the drop rates afterwards as the dust settles and we think enough have come into the game of the uniques and stuff? And do you think that's going to become something that's regular for Jagex, or do you think that that was a one-time only thing and they're just never going to do it again because of all the like difference of opinion between what they did? I hope you guys enjoy, and I'll see you in the next video.